Alright, welcome to Section W, the sticky back business cards. Now this is a product that I thought of back in my sales days, and again this will have a watch me last video, so be sure to watch that. That's where we really get down to brass tacks on why this is important, etc. But I invented this, came up with this idea back in my sales days. I was doing door-to-door sales, and so I'd walk up to a lot of doors, and they'd be out to lunch or whatever, and be like, well, I got to go on to the next door because I'm going door to door. And it's nice to leave it'd be nice to stick a business card on their door. I tried leaving it like in a slot or whatever, but I know the wind's going to blow it away. So, I was like, man, I could tape it to their door, but then they'd be pretty irate with me because it'll leave a mark, it'll leave a film. But I was like, if these things had like 3M post-it note adhesive on the back of them, then I could stick it to their door and they wouldn't be irritated and they know I was there. So basically that's what this product is, after a different fashion. I have several different ways of doing it, and several different methods too that you can choose, as far as manufacturing the printable business cards would be, because this could be done in a commercial form, for commercial printers or for laser printers. So because I actually use Avery business cards and have for many years. I've always printed my own cards, so I like being able to change them and be creative with them. So I'm a big fan of that, and most of what this patent details is how one might go about doing that, at least one way that somebody might go about actually making these printable, but also just the different methods for actually making such a concept. So I got several different details, several different methods. Some of these are good ideas, some of them are not such good ideas, but I wanted to cover as many different embodiments as possible just for protection. But this also, as you can see here, has applications beyond just business cards too. But to start with, like I said, you can read through the patent. I definitely encourage reading through the patent. I definitely encourage doing your own patent search, as always, on any of this IP. I mean, I've done some homework, but some things are just hard for me to search for, and so definitely I always encourage anybody to do their due diligence on this, because remember, this isn't a patent, it's a provisional patent. And so but definitely do your own research on it. This right here, really, this right here, is one version of it, which actually has a peel-off backing, but basically the backing remains attached to it, and you just slap it on your on a door, somebody's computer monitor or whatnot, with the backing on it. Now when they take the card off, well, the backing can be reapplied, just by smoothing it over the back, so that somebody receiving your business card can stick it in their little business card holder. Again, that's one method of doing it. Excuse me. Another method, though this is the one I like better, this is the front of the card. Now the back of the card, it basically has this tab here, and when you're wanting, when you're carrying these cards around in your wallet, or whatever, your briefcase or whatever, with the intent of getting them out, you can just give it out this way, and it's not sticky on the back. But if you need to stick it to something, you peel off this first tab, revealing a double-sided adhesive here, which you stick on a window like that, or a monitor, or somebody's door, or wooden door, or whatever, because it uses, again, kind of 3M like, post-it notes adhesives. But yeah, like I said, you peel this tab off. I had to answer the door, so I'll pause the video for a second. But yeah, you have to, you peel this first tab off, and you can stick it to a door or whatever, and then somebody comes and gets it. Again, it's got 3M adhesive, so they just peel the card off, so they can take the card in. But now it's got sticky back on the back of it, right? Well, the thing is, there's another tab that has more adhesive on the bottom of it, more double-sided tape, but they can peel it off too, and that actually peels off the first adhesive as well as the adhesive on the back of this tab. So basically it leaves a clean backed card, once this is pulled off. But when they're peeling it off the window, it still won't peel this lower tab off itself, because there's more adhesive underneath this than there is on this top pad, which has less adhesive. So again, they can peel it off the door without leaving the tab, and even if it did leave the tab, it wouldn't be a big deal. They can just peel the tab off their door. So the point is that they end up with a fresh card they can stick in their little card holder or whatever, and again, not be irritated at you. And again, it's nice too, if you actually are supposed to show up to a meeting and somebody else doesn't show up like they're supposed to on time, you can always leave your business card stuck there, to prove that you showed up when they didn't. That kind of thing. But basically too, this could be applied to other types of applications like I show here, that it could be applied to other types of labels and stuff like that, or instructions or other types of notes, so that which I explain this more in the text, but it does have that application outside of business cards, that you could have other types of applications for this sort of technology that you see here. So it's really kind of nice. And then, like I said too, there's certainly embodiment D, which is closer to my original idea of just having a sticky back card on it. The problem is they'd have to throw your card away after they were done using it. But that's still kind of more like my original idea, was just to have a card that just has an adhesive on it and just peel off the label. So anyway, but like I said, hopefully you read through this patent. And I do actually have a Watch Me third video on this, because I did do a crude little prototype with a business card. But this is very, very, very crude. But at the end of the day, hopefully you can look that over. But definitely be sure to watch that video plus the final, Watch Me last video, where I talk more about some of the business aspects of it. But definitely read the text here. So, like I said, you can see, some of these embodiments here, too, just briefly, since this is the closest thing you're going to get to a good look at it. I don't know why all this stuff, oh, yeah, since my computer shows up funny, so that's why you can see this print through it. You shouldn't be able to see that. But basically, this is that system that I said, was the best right here, the most favorable. So like I said, you have this tab, you peel off, this to stick card, you peel it off. Here's your adhesive right there. And then, like I said, once the card's peeled off the window or whatnot, the person that finds that card stuck to their window, can peel that off, leaving just a clean backed card. So, and like I said, here are examples of other like I said, the labels that I was talking about that could be made as another application. And then here's that first embodiment that has the peel up tab, peel here. So at any rate, a few different methods of doing it. And again, hope you find this intriguing, because I do think that a lot of people could actually use this. This actually could become a rather popular card option out there at some point. So anyway, thank you for your time.